right. Gotta turn it on. Might help. Check. Why am I not getting any sound on this guy? Because I haven't set it up properly. Oy. So this has got to be it. Yeah, it is. Son of a... That's right. I was going directly in. Maybe that's what I was doing. Sorry, everybody. Check. Is that too loud? Hopefully not. I guess we'll figure out how it goes. Okay. Wow, that was a pain. I'm gonna reach over here for a second. How far can I need to go? On the screen. You know, for the kids. I get to watch and see if I did it. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, finally, for any of those out there, welcome to Leader Music. Let's make a patch. So hopefully somebody out there in this world will find this stream and want to make some music with me. If not, I'll do it by myself. All right. Let's set up a brand new patch. I'm going to go to bank B. Let's see. Yep. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. Ooh, the beautiful saw. I've kind of had an annoying, frustrating day, so I'm going to go with something pretty edgy. pretty strong, pretty angry sounding. How about a lead? All right, a unison lead. All right, we'll start with just our saw. We're not going to use a saw. What are we going to use? Square it is. Let's mess around. That works. All right. Next, we are going to, let's mess around already with the voice filter, get the unison going. That's the voice filter button there. Gonna go ahead and select unison. Let's see what 2 sounds like. Let's see what 4 sounds like. Yeah, let's go with 4. Not huge difference, but enough. Alright, let's get something nasty going. Come on, something nasty. Let's go ahead and add the second oscillator in. Going to do another square. We're going to bring this guy down to the 16. These ranges down here essentially stand for octaves, but the numbers are 16, 8, 4, and 2, and if I remember correctly, that's because they're based off the tone wheels on an organ. That's about as much as I know. Just know 16 as far as an octave down from 8, 8 octave down from 4, and so on. Okay. I'm going to mess with that guy a little bit. So for the second oscillator, let's get some of this little bit of LFO2 pitch in here. Let's hear what it sounds like with a lot of it. Let's boost that rate. LFO2. It's so light, you can barely hear it. There it is. Just enough to be like almost a little annoying. Just a tiny bit. But not so much that it's actually annoying. Let's switch over to mono on this guy here. We don't have to worry about... Ooh, let's double that. We don't have to worry about poly sounds. We're basically just going to totally blast a single mono synth. I'm wondering if I should make this a bass sound. Starting to sound a little Michael Jackson almost. Alright. Screw it, let's bust it up to 16. Oh, won't let me go to 16, because of course 8 is the limit per side. The summit essentially is 2, what do they call it, the peak, Novation peak, it's like 2 of those. But the way they integrated them is actually more like it's really 2 of those. Like, they don't, you can't get 16 voices from a single patch, I don't think. But... Well, let's add oscillator number 3. We're going to go really high in this one, the highest setting, which is 2, and the arrange parameter. Let's go ahead and mix this in. Before I even do that, I want to select the wave. I don't want my idea to be tainted by the sound. Okay. Okay, I didn't bring that all the way in. You can hear. About 12 o'clock, right in the middle. Let's mess with this guy now. So let's try some of that pitch too on the LFO. I'm sorry, LFO on the pitch. Just a tiny bit. Okay, we got a cool bass sound, basis of a sound. Let's see if we can mess with, I don't know if I want to do the amp envelope next or just even the filter itself. Or, well, filter first, then the envelope for that. Let's adjust the amp envelope. Let's make sure we're getting exactly what we want. Okay. Even on a good bossy lead, I think you can shave just a hair without a tack off. And then maybe a little bit of that overall volume. Just a little bit. So this is full. Just up and on. So this is going up real fast and just a little step down. You can hear it. That's what you're getting. Now we're adding the sustain. There we go. Just a little bit of this. So just the straight cutoff. Goes away so fast, it's almost like it was never there. There we go. It's interesting. I feel like the envelope settings we just made, toned the frequency down a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Go with the 12 dB. I think that's also known as a 2-stage. God, is it every 6? Yeah, because it's 24. Yeah, so often they speak of the frequency area, the frequency cutoff, if you will, in the cutoff, the roll-off, as stages. And I believe, if I'm not right, it's every 6 decibels is a stage. So I got a 12 decibel, meaning 2-stage. I got a 24, 6 into 4, so it's a 4-stage. Yeah, anyway. So I don't want it to go too much quieter than that. This is going to be another subtle thing too. So let's go ahead and mess with this guy here. So that's what I like about this. It took me a little bit, I guess, when I first started making synths to really understand envelopes, and they're actually very simple. You just have to really wrap your head around the concept of them, and then it's, you know, it's a simple idea, but it seems elusive. Basically, think of the envelope as something, it's just literally a map, or it's literally just, you know, a graph of what's happening to your parameter. So say you have a filter. It's sitting right here. No envelope depth. That's exactly what we're getting. So whatever we do over here is going to positively, by the nature of the way this envelope is set up, it's going to positively, for the most part, interact with it. And what I mean by most part is sometimes when it gets into the next stage of decay and the release, it technically goes back into the negative, but overall, from the parameter you're looking at, it's a positive effect. You can reverse that and actually do a bipolar, I think, envelope where it basically reduces the parameter. It's a negative effect. But anyway, we're doing a positive because we're just doing the standard number 1 mod envelope. So from here, I'm going to slow the amount of the envelope depth will set how much this knob is being turned, on the inside, and this will set how it actually happens. So if we say, let's just do a little bit of envelope depth, our attack is going to slow, almost as if we're slowing this down, but technically it's this guy, like opening this up a little bit. So we're going to slow it down a little bit. We're going to bring it down kind of slow, although it's got to be kind of matched with this guy. So let's do this. Let's just match it to this for now. Stay in a release, not so much, but. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Honestly, leads are always my hardest challenge, really. But we're going to push through and maybe make a good one here. Let's see. All right, what am I going to do next? Any suggestions? Let's see. Ooh, well, we can get pretty nasty with the FM. I'm going to wait on the FM. Let's wait on the FM for a minute. I feel like FM is almost like a cheat sometimes, because as soon as you twist this thing, listen to this. Of a cheat. It's so good. All right. Oops. Wrong thing. Let's just turn those all down. Yeah. I'll mess with that later. Okay. Let's see what else we got. I want to get something going. Maybe let's mess with the mod matrix. Let's do something. Let's see. I wonder if I could try. Yeah, let's try this. I'm going to use the mod envelope to positively mess with the coarse. We'll try coarse, maybe we'll go with fine, but to basically mess with the pitch. But I basically want to instantaneously drop an octave. It's like doo, as quick as possible, but not hopefully make too much of an impact. We'll hear. I want it to be a little subtle. All right, let's go here. We're going to go with envelope 2. We're going to go with oscillator 2 pitch. Wow, kind of got lucky on that. All right, let's go ahead and just do, let's do 24. Let's do oscillator 3. There we go. some basic things you can do pretty much on any synthesizer. Well, any synthesizer that's got a decent mod matrix. Wow, that almost sounds like an angry Lyle Mays. I don't know if people... Is it Lyle Mays? Yeah, the piano player used to be for Pat Metheny. I think he passed away, unfortunately. But nonetheless, he made some pretty cheesy sounds. Good piano player, but God, those sounds sometimes. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of it. Alright, let's try some of the voice filter here and see if we got some more options. Because what I'd like to do is, here we go. Yes, to mess with, where is that? Maybe it's an oscillator. It's the settings that do, yes, drift and diverge. So let's do a little drift. Let's try it. I'm feeling about 24. Sometimes I like to go to the extreme just to really hear what this thing's doing. Sound pretty cool. The drift essentially is taking those oscillators and just creating minor adjustments, or I shouldn't say adjustments, minor fluctuations to kind of make it sound like it's a older vintage synth with slightly unstable oscillators. This is a very nice very nice synthesizer, but it is not an analog synthesizer, at least not completely. It has an analog filter. And I believe I would assume the amp stage is at least analog. It must be. But the oscillators, I believe the LFOs and possibly the envelopes are all digital. They are super sampled, or they have some, I don't know, they say something ultra sampled, who knows. But they sound very good, but they are super clean. So the idea of having this drift parameter set allows you to mimic a little bit more of like a raw analog synthesizer, which is often a very good sound. So, happy they put that in there. We adjusted a little bit. What should I do next? Okay, settle. Now I'm going to go around and all these little parameters I did set, I want to see if I can mess with a little bit. Just a bit. Go into the mod matrix. We're going to go to a new mod. We're on slot 1 there for the oscillator pitch. We're going to go to a second slot. We are going to grab LFO 3. Can I do it? No, I thought I could. That would have been cool. Nope. Behringer has that. Maybe there is a way, I just don't know. But Behringer, you can set the mod matrix by touching the thing pretty quick. It's very nice. Very nice novation. Maybe you did. If not, it's very nice. What are we going to do? What should I slightly mess around with? I mean, obviously the filter is a good thing. Let's start there. Just a little bit of filter. This may turn into some super filter madness, but maybe not. We're going to go with... you know, I'm going to try the sample and hold. I love sample and hold. It just really is fun. You can kind of mimic stuff like a broken transistor radio, you know, where it's like cutting in and out. Just kind of gives it this natural, unstable feeling to it. So cool, I like that. Just a little bit, very subtle. Now we need to add something else. I'm going to switch gears and actually get some glide. Portamento, basically everybody else calls it, mostly. Try some other things here too with this. I feel like it sounds good. It kind of comes in too hot, maybe? Okay. I need some water. All right. Man, what else am I gonna do? All right, I still want to stay away from that FM, just because it's so easy to get crunchy, gnarly sounds out of that. I want something that I come up with a little deeper first, and then maybe we'll just touch it with a little bit of that. Just saying that because I don't want to rely on the FM all the time. It's not always just about the sound itself. It's sometimes how you get there, because then you get more options at the end if you get something similar in your head first with less parameters. That makes sense. All right. Let's get some very, very slow. What's it gonna be? Ah, I know. Oh, yeah, I should have been doing this already. We have square waves, technically pulse waves for some of these, because I've messed with the, oh, I can adjust that. I've messed with the shape, and basically what you're doing is you're skewing the middle point of that saw wave, or square wave. You're shifting it left or right, and you're getting a kind of lopsided saw wave that they call pulse wave. So the pulse wave, the fun part about it is we are going to modulate the control that adjusts the pulse. We're going to do LFO4. We're going to go with... let's start over. Pitch, V-sync, shape. No. Yeah, shape. Okay, it is shape. Whew. Got a little worried. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, check this out now. Okay, I like that. Almost sounds a little bit like a brass sound going through like a... Let's back this up. Yeah, it's got like a brass hit in the beginning, kind of a ghost vocal at the end. All right, what do we got next? I was just thinking of something. Let's go into another slot. Slot 4, and this time we're going to do something real fun. We're going to take LFO3, the one that's got our somewhat slow, slowish, medium sample and hold. We are going to send that to the LFO rate on number 4. Oh, it's somewhere, please. Oh, no. Dang, I thought they would have it, and I think they don't have it. Mod, amp, LFO 1 and 2. Bummer! Dang. That would have been a great idea. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. Maybe they'll add it sometime. I'm pretty sure I'm up to date. Yep, it's not there. Okay. Well, so much for that idea. We'll do something different. We will mess with... Gotta remember what the heck LFO1 and LFO2 were set to. I don't think I'm using LFO1 for anything. Yeah, let's find out. Nope. this. Okay, so I've got LFO3, which is a percolating medium tempo sample and hold. Oops, yep. And I'm going to be adjusting LFO2, which is also a sample and hold. Oh, that seems a little ridiculous. I didn't realize it was sample and hold. I'd just be making it extra random, which is kind of doesn't make any sense. I mean, we could no, it will actually, it'll create a different pattern tempo-wise, I think. Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me. I thought I had something else on there. Okay. What are we going to do with LFO1? Let's put LFO1 somewhere. And then we can come back and get this guy. So let's go ahead and do LFO1. And now we can just kind of test. Let's go ahead and put the depth up to about 30. Obviously don't want that. Don't want that. Oh, that's kind of nice. This. So now we are going to use, we got a relatively fast triangle LFO affecting the sync. And from my understanding, sync is basically the idea that when these waveforms are generating, they stay in sync with each other, so that they basically cross at the zero crossing at the same time, whether that be in an interval or what have you. But this VSync, no matter what happens, whenever the first oscillator, which I'm imagining is the master sync, hits a zero crossing, wherever the second or third oscillator is at, goes right to it, making this kind of like hard, abrupt sound, but it's obviously repeated over and over. Yeah, I'm liking this, but there's definitely some things I think need to be delayed. Yes, I've got fade time. Messing with that. I feel like I don't want to hear. I wonder if I could. Yeah, I wonder if I could use something to basically. I could. I'm trying to think of a way to like smooth it out at the ends. Yeah, I'm actually okay with this. All right. Let's polish it up a little bit. Okay, let's polish it up just a little bit. Put a little bit of an effect on there. Let's add some drive. I know I have some drive in my filter, which actually should be pretty nice. Overdrive. I didn't really mess with any resonance. Let's see what we get. I do like it down here. Okay. Now, let's use some of that FM. Ooh. Just cutting too much of the character out. actually already patch. I have an idea. We're going to patch the LFO2 into the control of this parameter. Okay, I like it. Problem, I think we may need to cut this off. Oops. Alright, we gotta get this envelope set up here to not be legato. We want retrig. I must say, I wish I had more stages on envelopes. 4, 3, whatever you want to call it. I call 4s. 4's right. Sustain's not necessarily a stage, is it? Doesn't matter. I want that extra bit. I've got these old synthesizers. I mean, they're like from late 80s. And they've got like 7, 8 stages. I'm like, man, come on. Give me them stages. It's 2025. It was like 40 years ago. All right. Okay, let's see if we can make this a little bit more bearable with some effects. Let's get a little bit of... No, we don't need any post-distortion. Let's hear what it sounds like at least. We need a little bit. Okay. Nah, no chorus. Let's try a little delay. Whoa, what are you doing over there? Like kind of funky stuff on here, but let's just hear what it sounds like. It's a nice big old... That's pretty cool. Okay. Really sucked as a lead. Sounds very cool as an impact sound effect slash bass lower register synth sound. That's usable. Just like that deep. Too much. No, just really gotta be simple. It's really just... It's about the only octave. Nah, that doesn't work. I feel like I would have to have... I guess I can do the dual filter. No, that's... Well, let's try it. Oh crap, I think I messed it up a little bit. Yeah, okay. I think it would actually sound pretty nice with the phaser on there, which I feel like the chorus actually, yeah. Here we go, mode. I feel like they upped it. Flanger. I'll take it. Whoops. Whoops. Take some of the reverb time off, get some of that echo off of there. It's just a strange sounding, actually. There we go. Let's mess with his reverb. Not liking how much is coming through here. Let's see. Oops, I'm on the delay. Oh well. Okay, let's try reverb. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. Much better. Yeah, I don't like that clangy room thing. So. I actually kind of like that. Actually, I like that a lot. I don't know what it is, but I like it. All right, let's save it. Call this one YT Patch 2. So, whoops. So, original. I'll just call it YT2 because I'm tired of having to write. How do I delete? Ah, there we go. I want to spend all my time writing patch names. Okay. Hell yeah, Bobeats. See ya. Sorry, bud. Lead? Would you call that a lead? Anybody? Maybe a SFX? I'm gonna go with lead. No, maybe I'll go with the bass. I'm gonna go with lead. It's the closest thing I can think of. Okay, let's see if I got this right. If I actually had patch. Yep, here was patch yesterday. Last week's patch. What we just made. Cool. All right. We got time for another patch. Yeah, we do. Let's make another one. Be a short one. All right. Let's make another patch. We'll go to patch Y3. We don't need those. Initialize. Boop. Okay. Saw wave is really nice, but I'm still going to mess around with some other things. Trying to expand myself. I can often get stuck doing similar stuff because I fall in love with the way a certain sound sounds. No water on the desk. That's my rule. So I need to follow it. But yeah, I can get stuck. I'm doing the same thing a lot because I just love that sound. But there are so many other sounds to be found that I also will love, so I need to branch out. So let's try some of these built-in, I guess they'd be PCMs, or are they technically waves? That's a good question, I should find out. All right. Sine wave. Zing. Electric piano. doesn't sound anything like electric piano. Maybe we can make it sound like electric piano. So let's go ahead and copy this. I'm going to do the same thing. And what was it called? It was electric piano. Let's mix in. I got this second oscillator an octave below. Alright, let's go ahead and adjust the amp envelope just to get that dialed in properly. Another reason I wish we had multi-stage, because then you can get the real pluck of a electronic keyboard, or even a piano, say, that pluck of the whipping or whatever you're striking, the string, tine, what have you, and then you can get the fade out. But much harder to do with just a 4-stage. You can't really do that. So you kind of have to just do the best you can. Almost sounds a little harpsichordy. Okay, I'm going to just bring in another same wave. This time we're going to go an octave higher. I tend to do that, but let's see. Oscillator 3. Oh, I probably went too far. Boom. Yeah, it needed that. Give that kind of glossy, glassy bell. Cool. Well, okay. It sounds alright. But we're missing some refinement, so let's start with the old filter. Probably the first thing most people start with. We're going to go for a little bit of a Rhodes sound, I think. I think that's where I'm going with this. Okay, let's just set the envelopes normal. So what we're going for now is basically a little bit of a bright intro, then for it to come down. This almost sounds like a guitar. But you can hear the filters snapping shut. Let's open this guy up. We'll match this guy to start off with. Not bad. Let's boost the decay just a little bit. And then we're going to add just a hair of vibrato from LFO 1. Yeah, just a little bit. I'm going to go with high. I'm going to do a fade time of nothing yet. We're going to do the rate's going to be about right there. Start off with at least. So let's add a little bit to our highest pitched envelope so we can hear it the best. That's LFO2. Dang it. I could go through the mod matrix, but we'll just do it the way we got here? Cell was here. There we go. And rate was about there. Okay. Ooh, you know what? Before we do that, let's go back to the filter. We're going to mess with the key tracking. So what you can see here is key tracking is actually allowing me to play the different ends of the keyboard, starting from middle C-ish. As you go out, the frequency is either more, the cutoff is more, like how far the knob is down, or a little bit less. Kind of mimicking the acoustic properties of lower, slower vibration strings, what have you, tines, versus the brighter. Let's actually put that back up there. Where did it go? Where did you go? Key tracking. Higher notes tend to be brighter, so this way the filter can be a little more dynamic. Also, lets you bring the frequency down a little bit more. Getting kind of a snap on that. Let's see if I can bounce that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Sorry for the derailment. We're going to come back and we're going to mess now with the LFO2, which is kind of going medium. I want this to be on the pitch. All of them. And now you can hear it. Comes in right away. I don't want that. I want it to come in a little bit behind. Yeah, there we go. Fade a little bit more. So just because I want to hear what's really happening here, I'm going to crank it. It was too high. It was so high that you couldn't even hear it. Ooh. Well, see, that's what we call a happy accident, because I was only doing that so I could hear it better, but I really like, I'm going to fade that in a little bit later, I really like how that sounds. Let's bring the rate down a little bit. Ooh, it's nice and lo-fi. Okay. If you've been here since the beginning, which you clearly haven't because there's nobody here, but had you been, you would have seen something pretty fortuitous that we were talking about earlier. I am going to go and set up a mod in the mod matrix, modulation in the mod matrix, and it's going to be global LFO 3 affecting the rate of LFO 2. So let's go to this here, LFO 3, plus and minus. The destination is going to be LFO 2 rate. 2 rate. We'll start at good old 15. And I'm going to make this guy sample and hold. And I'm going to basically have it kind of slightly adjust. Let's see what this sounds like first. We're at 15. that? How it's like, listen, listen. Ooh, it sounds so good. It's totally like a warped record. What am I trying to say? Almost bad MP3. It's kind of a mix between bad MP3 and bad vinyl. Ooh, boo boo boo. I know what we can do. Let's add a little noise. Where is my noise? Noise. Let's see what this sounds like just in there. Nope, that's what we do. Gotta crank it just a little bit. Just barely hear it there. We are going to come back to the mod matrix. We're going to create a modulation using global LFO3 again for another time. It's going to actually match, which will be interesting. It's going to match exactly with the pitch of LFO. What was it, number 2 we were doing, or number 3? Number 3. All right. Where's my noise? Did I go too far? Nope, noise level. Let's go with 15 again. Listen to this. Not much. Let's crank it to 30. Let's just blast it so we can hear what it's doing. Just barely giving us anything. Yeah. I think I need to have it. Let's do 19. Let's bring noise. There we go. I got an idea. Actually, looks we can just do plus, and then I can find. So I got LFO plus here, LFO3 plus, which means it's only taking the. If you were looking at an LFO, it's going up, it's going back down, crossing through the 0, down, back up. So that would be a sine wave. So this would be positive, this would be negative, this being neutral. If we are just using the positive half of that LFO, we're only using, say, the top half of a sine wave, or just the positive stuff of an SNH versus going down here and reducing the parameter. So it's not bipolar anymore. It's unipolar, but it's only going in the positive direction. So pretty cool. I'm actually going to bring that down. I wonder if I can change the filter. I'm sorry, the noise. No. Oop, here we go. Oh, I found it. I just used a high-pass filter to clean up everything on the low end of the noise. So if you're looking at the whole spectrum of noise, it's going across everything. That's the idea of noise. And I just reduced all of the low frequency up into a little tiny bit at the top. And back it down a little bit. That just sounds a little noisy. That's wonderful. Okay, let's do a little detuning on the oscillator here for number 1. Actually, let's do a little drift. This is going to help with that. Oh yeah. A little bit of diverge. should I do now? And I wish I had some people out there helping me. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this up. I think this is pretty nice. Warm it up a little bit with some overdrive. Okay, let's mess with some effects. Let's see what we're getting here. Chorus, we have chorus. Could try a little delay. It might be muddying it up. Take the feedback down, level down a little bit. Yeah, it's not so bad. Let's try some reverb. That's kind of fun. Oh, of course. It's an arpeggiation. Listen to that. It's pretty. little something more. Maybe not. Staring at you, FM station. Alright, let's see it. Let's try something. Let's just try one more thing. I don't have LFO4 anywhere. So let's try and make something. Maybe just the frequency. Yeah. I'm really bummed that they don't have a sine wave in the LFO. That's just really strange, but you know, what are you going to do? Alright, let's go. We are in 4. So weird. Alright, triangle it is. Up. I guess it's probably tempo locked. Let's see. Let's just get over here to this. Did I not make it? Oh, the 3 L4 4. Okay. I'm gonna go bipolar. Go into the filter frequency. Gonna adjust it to about, let's do a 10. Slow. It sounds really pretty, but it's too much. Okay, let's do, we have FX mods too, which I almost never use. I'm totally going to use that now. So let's go with LF4. It's going to come into the reverb level, and it's going to basically hover around with the frequency modulation we just set up. Back that down and actually increase this. This is getting too dry. One more mod. Let's get resonance in there. It's going to brighten it up a little extra. Actually, I'm going to go negative on this. Resonance is kicking up as the filter is going down. Let's go. had 14 views, 3 concurrent viewers. Nice. That's an improvement from last time. Alright, well, hopefully I'll see some more of you guys. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to save this real quick for I forget. Space that out. Boom, 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 boom. Like everybody's got a slightly different take on how to save a patch, and I feel like the best one I want to say is the core gradius. Hey, no, did I just... Oh, whew, I got scared. But I just lost it. Man, does that happen a lot. Okay, this is number 3. Okay. I'll name these later. It just takes forever. And this is definitely saving over that. And this is, I'm going to say, just a poly. No, I think it sounds the best as actually as a, we'll call it motion maybe? ARP. I think it's best sounded as an ARP. I'm going to put that in there to save with it. That's actually pretty nice. I like it. So let's hear what Y2 sounded like again. Man, that is some cool 80s. Dude, we got like the core elements of a beautiful 80s tune in here, man. Like a nice, like sci-fi driven synth. Ooh. Well, that could be fun. I don't know if anybody would want to do that eventually, but we could certainly try to write a fun song. That would be kind of a good idea. But for now, hopefully you will join me next week for Let's Make a Patch, and I will improve my streaming capabilities. All right. Thank you and good night.